This bad boy will change your life. If you could do anything else, I would say narrow down the amount of clothes that you're bringing with you. You're not gonna use it all. I'm picking up Aquaphor before I even pick up a diaper. This was a lesson learned from this last trip. Going without moisturizing her body is a little wild to me. Whatever you're putting on your baby's body, you put on your body. She leaves in a onesie like this, and she will end up in a onesie like this. This is going wherever we go. We're not making purees from scratch on vacation. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Desiree, and I'm back with another video, y'all. Hey, okay, so for this video I'm actually super excited about because baby girl and I have traveled at least 11 to 12 times since she's been born. She's 8 months, but we've traveled a lot, and I think that I can confidently say that we're experts in this subject matter. I just know when I first started traveling with her, I brought everything. Like, I would pay extra for bags. Like, I just brought everything. And a lot of things were just not necessary. And now that we've done it for a while, I've definitely cut back at least half of the things I used to bring when she was first started traveling, which was at like the 3-month mark. So anyway, I'm super excited about bringing you guys this video. I really hope that it's helpful to someone, especially if you're traveling with a baby at any point. Like, all these tips and tricks and everything that I'm going to show you guys, you could bring starting from when they're born to 12 months. Like, I think it's good and appropriate for any age. Obviously, most of the things that I'm going to show you are catered to my baby right now, in her stage right now. And again, like I said, she's in 8 months. So anyway, let's just get straight to it, y'all. If your child is anything like my daughter, they love books. Now, we're also a family slash my husband and I are also people that don't believe in the whole, we're not necessarily ready to give baby girl any electronics yet. I don't know if we ever will, and I don't know if we won't. Like, I'm not here to say yes or no, but at least this stage right now in her life, we're just not ready for the electronics. So these books have been super, super, super helpful with keeping her entertained. Now, we cater more to, or we lean more towards board books. Board books are super helpful for us because she loves to chew on things. Again, she's 8 months, she's teething, she loves to chew on things. And also, if you could get a textured book like this one, y'all, my daughter will spend at least 15 minutes playing with this teddy bear right here. I promise you. Now, this is her favorite page in the entire book. Of course, all the other things are textured as well, but this is her favorite page. She's gonna play with this all day, every day. It will keep her entertained for at least 15 minutes. It's not an hour like an iPad would, but listen, it's something. And then with the other board books, she likes to chew on it, and then she loves to turn the pages on the books. So I bring at least 2 board books when we bought at our location that we're at now, but I bring at least 2 board books with us wherever we go so she can have some entertainment. I also, this is just a pro tip depending on how long your stay is. Now, when we go places, we stay for weeks at a time. So right now we're in Washington State. We've been here for 2 weeks. We have 1 more week left. I go get a library card wherever we are, and I just check out books. So this is, like I said, it's a pro tip depending on how long you travel for, but it's super helpful to know that as long as you have an address, I used our hotel's address, but as long as you have an address, you can get a library card and you can check out books. If you want something new, if you want something to read to them at night, it's helpful for me because I don't have to travel with books. I can just go to the library where we're going and check out a book, read to her, play with her during nighttime, and then turn it in before we leave. So just a pro tip, super helpful for me. Now we're actually gonna go to hygiene. Most of these things to some people might feel like a no-brainer, but I think it's just necessary to say what you need specifically and what you don't need, or what you need and you can base off what you have and determine what you need and what you don't need. So first, my baby girl has curly hair. She has a lot of hair right now, so I must have some type of leave-in conditioner, some type of hair repair mask, something that holds moisture and puts moisture in her hair. And again, like I said, we are on the go for most of the time. Like during our travel seasons, we are gone for 2-3 weeks at a time, and I can't go that long without putting something in her hair. So this is an absolute necessary thing for us and for baby girl, because I just don't want her to have dry hair. And I also get a water bottle or a spray bottle. You can get that at the Dollar Tree where you are or whatever. Wet their hair. Do what you need to do to make sure that you're keeping up with their hygiene regardless of where they are. So leave-in conditioner is a must. The next thing for us in this house, I know it's not the best. I know that it has certain things in it that could be harmful. I don't know. People don't always recommend it, but y'all, Aquaphor, listen, this is our tried and true. Like, we live by this. We cannot change a diaper without our Aquaphor. The first thing, I'm picking up Aquaphor before I even pick up a diaper. It's that deep. But we've been going for 2 months. So even though we're in Washington State now, we were somewhere before that. So we've been gone for almost 2 months, y'all. I bought this entire thing at the start of our vacation. We don't play about our Aquaphor. So this is a must-have necessity when it comes to her hygiene. Like, I literally cannot go anywhere without her Aquaphor. My baby is, like I said, 8 months. Thank God she has not had one diaper rash since she's been born, and we got Aquaphor to thank. And then of course our diapers. Now, this is always hard for me, even though we've traveled so many times. It's very hard for me to determine how many diapers I need to bring with us. On a good day, she goes through 6. On a bad day, she goes through 10, you know, and I try to count it up, but it just doesn't work out. So what I end up doing, again, dependent on how long we stay, is I will put 2 days worth of diapers in her diaper bag or in the suitcase. And then wherever we end up going, if it's more than a weekend trip or whatever the case may be, if it's like a week long, I'll just buy diapers wherever we are. And I base the count on how long we're going to be there. For example, I bought a pack of 86 or 88 of Millie Moon diapers to last us for 3 weeks or for 2 weeks. Or if I'm only there for a week, I'll buy a count of 40 diapers. Like, it just depends on where we're going. And I want to make sure when I'm buying those diapers, it's enough not only for the days that we're going to be there, but the travel back. So that's the best way I've been tackling the whole diaper thing. It's just been a little rough. Wipes are a little easier because you can determine how many packs of wipes you go through for the most part. But yeah, that's how I've tackled diapers. If anybody has any other suggestions on how you guys do that, I would love to hear it in the comments. This was a lesson learned from this last trip. So during this last trip we were in the mountains a lot, and baby girl ended up she didn't get sick, she just got a cold. And I never traveled in preparation for a cold that she may or may not have. I think it's more essential when you're changing climates. So we went from Washington, D.C., which was 80 degrees, to Washington State, which has been 40 degrees so far. So it was a huge climate difference, and I just wasn't prepared for what that looked like as far as being sick or preparing her not to be sick. So buggy wipes. Buggy wipes is a necessity during her cold. And these are all things I had to get on vacation. Again, if you're going from, I don't know, DC to Charlotte or Charlotte to Orlando, like, I don't feel like it's that necessary to bring things that can prevent sicknesses. Because I think all of the things that we got, even though it helped for her sickness, it was also preventative measures that we've used since she's been sick. So boogie wipes are a must. Every morning I wipe her nose with this. Gets out all the boogies. She's no longer sick, but I still use these. Also, the sterile saline mist. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. And this has been super helpful. Again, I use this even after her cold or her small sickness era, and that only lasts for like 3 days. But this is a necessity, and I will bring this wherever we travel, because I don't know when she's gonna get a stuffy nose. I don't know, like, it's just a great preventative measure. I use it even when she doesn't have a selfie nose. I use it at night depending on the climate change, because it could be really hot with the heat on. Like it's just really helpful for her. And then, like I mentioned to you guys before, baby girl is teething. So she's in the teething phase. I always make sure that I have some Tylenol on me. This is a necessity for us. It is super helpful for fevers that she may get with her teething. It's helpful for teething itself, the pain that she experiences during teething, just to help her with her whole teething issue. Although we're traveling, it doesn't mean that she has to sit through the pain. So I've used this the last 4 vacations we've been on, and they've been helpful. It's been helpful. It's literally 2 fluid ounces. So even if you don't want to add weight to your suitcase, you can just throw it in the diaper bag. You could throw it in your purse. It's super small, but it's definitely something worth having when you travel, especially if your baby's going through the teething phase. Also a must-have for her hygiene routine is to have some type of cream, like something to keep her face and her body moisturized. I feel like that is a necessity. Like going without moisturizing her body is a little wild to me. So I definitely make sure, even if I put like some lotion, some baby lotion in this little tub, whatever, like we've had this since we've been on vacation, haven't used all of it, but it's still super helpful for when we are on vacation. Something just to make sure you're moisturizing your baby's body, that is necessary. It is not optional for us. So yeah, for her hygiene, we make sure we have something to moisturize her face and her body. And we try to get something that caters both to the face and body, so we don't have to get 2 different items or 2 different things and just add a heavier load to your suitcase, because all of these things really do add up. All right, y'all. So next is outdoors. Now, if y'all are not outdoorsy people, or if you don't find yourself outdoors all the time on vacation, you can skip past this part, but it could be helpful for people that are outdoorsy. We are super outdoorsy people. We love to hike. We love to go to different places outdoor. Like, we don't like to be stuck inside when we're on vacation. So I have found that this SPF, actually my friend who also has a baby, she traveled to her hometown. She told me about this and it's been super helpful. It's a super clean sunscreen, and that's what I love about this. Like, obviously Sunbum and all the other brands have baby sunscreen, but this is a super clean brand. Even if you put it in the Yucca app, let's check. Okay, see, it is 86 on the Yucca app. So that's actually really good for a sunscreen. Love that. Again, a super clean sunscreen, but I use this every single day that we're on vacation. This is a must for us. Like I told y'all, we're outdoorsy people, so we will be in places where there are bugs. If you're not, this probably wouldn't be that necessary for you guys. But we have this California baby bug spray. We have definitely been using it very often in our travels. It's not much to say about it. It's a bug repellent, but I also, another pro tip that I learned is whatever you're putting on your baby's body, you put on your body. Especially for me, I'm a breastfeeding mom. I don't like to put things that are not good for my baby on my body because it will get on her. So if I'm using a bug repellent, I'll just use hers. If I'm using sunscreen, for the most part, I'll just use hers on my body. So that's been super helpful, and it keeps the travel luggage down because we're sharing product. And then last but not least, for outdoors, we always have some type of hat, like a bucket hat. Actually, you would not think that this is completely necessary for you, but we've used this hat. Let's say if we've been vacationing for 30 days, 15 of those days, this hat has been on her head just to protect her face from the sun. I know babies shouldn't be under UV rays that often or that much. Even though we still put the sunscreen on, I just throw this hat on sunny days and we're gonna be outside. So definitely a necessity. Don't sleep on it. I have 2 more things in the hygiene area. So The first thing is a thermometer. Like, this is a very lightweight thermometer, but we're with a baby and her fevers are uncontrollable, or we don't know if it's worth going to the hospital or if it's worth just chilling at home and letting her ride it out. This is an absolute necessity. Like, again, my baby is teething right now, so I don't know what teething from a cold. If her temperature is like 98.7, I know it's just a small fever from teething. But if it's at like 101, it's like, okay, this is worth going to the hospital. And honestly, the back of your hand is just not going to do the job the way that you think it is. And it's just been super helpful for us. I've known we've had to take her to urgent care while we've been on vacation because of a cold, and this was necessary. It was super helpful. Even at night sometimes, if we have the room, we're not used to this place. Like, we're not used to the hotels and the Airbnbs we stay in. So sometimes we may not have the temperature control that we are used to at home, where we can just set it to a certain temperature and we know that's what it's going to be. Sometimes we don't have that option. So to know how cold or warm our baby is, so we know whether to put more clothes on her at night or less clothes on her at night, I don't know, it's been super helpful for so many reasons. And I just definitely, like, this is going wherever we go. If we're not there, the thermometer is not there. If the thermometer is there, we're there, like, period. It's been super helpful. And then last but not least for the hygiene is nail clippers. If you have a baby, you know that clipping nails happen every other day, every 3 days, max every 4 days. Like, their nails grow like 90 going to nothing. So if you're going on a vacation that's more than 4 days, nail clippers are necessary, because you will find scratches on your face, scratches on your baby's face, dirt under their nails. It's just too much of a mess when their nails are not clipped. So I also always feel like a nail clipper is a necessity for when we travel. All right, y'all. I just have a couple more items to show you, small items to show y'all, and then we'll get into like the bigger items. Now we're going in the food realm of things. I was definitely an advocate for making our own food and all the things, and kudos to the mamas that do it. But while we're traveling, it's not going to be done. We're not making purees from scratch on vacation, just not doing it. So these little pouches have been super helpful for us. She eats 2, max 3, but again, she's a breastfed baby, so she doesn't go for food right away. She's gonna go to my chest. But 2 for sure pouches a day. And then when we're looking at pouches, I just look at the back. I put it in Yucca, and then after using Yucca for a while, I realized that if it's just no BPA, coloring, no artificial flavors, no dairy, no corn syrup, no nuts, you know, stuff like that. Like, those are things that I look for. And obviously no extra preservatives, then I definitely go for it. So it's been super helpful having these food pouches. And actually another thing that I've done is I went on Amazon. We really go with the Pumpkin Tree brand for foods. And I would just go into Amazon, and wherever we're staying, I'll get a package sent to there. Just because the brand can be scarce depending on where you are. So normally I just get a package sent to them. And that way I don't even have to travel with the food, and it's already there when I get there. But if you can't do that, you know, a hotel's a little iffy, whatever you want to do, like, just have the food packages on go, along with the baby spoons. This had carrots on it, obviously, because it's dyed, but baby spoons are definitely necessary. You go out to eat when you travel, you know, like, you do more out to eating than you do at home. These spoons have been super helpful for that, because we can ask for like a bowl of mashed potatoes or whatever the case may be. We don't have to give her a plastic spoon. We just bring one of these spoons. And we've traveled, again, we've been gone for 2 months. I've traveled with 4 of these spoons. So just keep them on rotation and call it a day. And then in that department as well, I don't know. Some people might not agree with this, and some people may just use whatever soap they have. But most of the time, depending on the hotel you are at, you're not gonna have dish soap. And I believe in cleaning my baby's toys, sometimes books, sometimes pacifiers. It's like, I feel like something always needs to be cleaned. And again, my baby does not she's a breastfed baby, but she's also she's a nursing baby, so she doesn't drink from, and I still have found this super helpful. Now, I don't travel with this, and I'm sure you could put it in a small container and travel with it. It's pretty easy, but normally I just go to the nearest Target or Walmart and buy one. It's $5. I know that can add up, obviously, so I try to do it sparingly. And again, if we're not going to be there for a long time, I don't think it's necessary to have, but if you're there over a week, to me, I just feel like it's a necessity. Now, y'all, it's on to the clothes section. If you know, you know. Again, if you know, you know. That's all I gotta say on that. You use bibs, you know why. You don't use bibs, you're gonna learn why. Back to what I was saying about weather. I have learned that hats are a necessity for us. Depending on where we are or what weather we're gonna be in, I don't know. Like, the weather switched so much on us. I've learned, like, this hat is a necessity. This hat probably is gonna go with us wherever we go, especially now that it's October, September, about to be October. We'll be traveling until next year. We will be bringing this hat wherever we go. Not only does it cover her head, but it covers her ears. This look crazy. It covers her ears as well. And yeah, there's not much more to say than it's cold outside. I want to prevent ear infections and ER visits, so I'm going to have a hat with us. When you're coming from weather like Washington, D.C., where it's 80 degrees, and you're going to weather like Washington State or Seattle, and it is 40, 50 degrees, it's hard to determine what to pack to wear. She leaves in a onesie like this, and she will end up in a onesie like this. So it's really hard to determine what to wear. I think you just go based off of the weather. But when you're transitioning from two different climates, I say pack it all. Like, and not pack it all as in pack it all they have, all the winter stuff they have, all the gloves, all the coats. Like, I don't think that's necessary. One hat, we've packed 2 gloves for her only because she chews on the gloves and they become wet and then her hands will be cold. So we always pack 2 gloves. And then as far as clothing, like, we've packed, again, we've been gone for 2 months. I keep prefacing that just so you can get an idea of what we needed and how we need it. We packed 4 of these onesies and then 2 of these onesies, which we actually use on the airport as well. You can see the texture. It's super warm, super cozy texture. And we use these on the airplane as well because it gets really cold on the airplanes, and sometimes she just needs something very warm, but not too warm, where she's rolling around in the airport with one of these. So we packed these. We packed 2 of these for airplane rides, and then when we're gonna be outdoors, going on a hike, all the things. And then we packed this, and then maybe 3 other onesies. We packed 5 t-shirts, maybe 3 pairs of socks. I don't know, I just don't feel like having 1,000 pairs of clothes is necessary. And that's where I failed the first time. Yeah, at the beginning of our travels, I would pack 20 different outfits, dresses, clothes, and then I wouldn't use it and it was just sitting there. And now I'm paying for luggage that I didn't even use. So we've definitely narrowed down. If you could do anything else, I would say narrow down the amount of clothes that you're bringing with you. You're not gonna use it all. Think about what you use at home and maybe take 2 or 3 outfits from that and bring it with you, depending on how long you're gonna be. But we've been gone for 2 months and we've rotated through 5 different t-shirts. Actually, more like 8 different t-shirts, but still, it's just, clothes are just overhyped to me. It's not necessary to bring all of those kind of clothes. Just make sure that you have clothes for each climate that you're gonna be in. Now we're gonna move to the big things, the things that are truly, truly necessary. Y'all almost forgot. A swaddle. My baby is 8 months. Again, we always, 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 always use a swaddle. Always use a swaddle. Always, always, we always need this swaddle. So we can't go without that. Now, the next thing is our Yurgo baby wrap. Now this thing, if we're going shopping, if we're going to, we were in Seattle, so if we're going to a public market, or if we're gonna be outside less than 2 hours, I'm putting this bad boy on. I don't love her being in the stroller all the time because we have the Doona, and the Doona is super helpful for traveling, but it's not ideal to keep a baby in a stroller / car seat for hours on end. So we will take her out the Doona, we'll hold her, or I'm putting this bad boy on. This has been super helpful. This honestly has been one of the best gifts that was given to us on our baby shower, and I've used it for the last 8 months. So if you can get your hands on a baby wrap, a Moby wrap, a Ergo baby, whatever you can get your hands on to carry your child wherever you're traveling to, this is honestly a necessity. We also have our Osprey. Now, this Osprey, I don't feel, if you are not a hiker, if you are not someone who spends hours on end outside, it's not necessary. Like, you can just skip through this because it is definitely not necessary. But if you love to be outdoors, you love your family to be outdoors, you love going to markets, you love going to fairs, wherever you're going to travel, this bad boy will change your life. But yeah, there's not much to say about the Osprey. We do a lot of hikes, like I mentioned before, so we're always putting her in this when we're going hiking. She loves it. She looks super comfortable. Honestly, she's more comfortable than she is in the baby wrap, depending on what we're doing. Now, if it's almost that time, she's gonna prefer the baby wrap. But she falls asleep in this. She plays in this. She's always doing something with her hands in this. She just seems super, super comfortable in this Osprey, and we definitely, I feel like it was a super, super, super good investment for us. But again, if you're not hiking, if you're not spending hours on end outside, if you're not going to fairs or markets and stuff like that, this is definitely not a necessity. You can just stick with the baby wrap. Last, but certainly not least, we have the good old pack and play. Y'all, this pack and play is 100% the best thing that we could bring with us. We also have a mattress pad inside of the pack and play. I know some mommies don't feel like that's ideal, but we think it's definitely necessary to have that mattress pad. So obviously we also have to have a sheet on top of the mattress pad. And then we have 2 different blankets to go with the pack and play. Doesn't matter where we go, we're going to use the pack and play. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, we're not a family that loves our baby sleeping in the bed with us, so she's not gonna do that unless I'm breastfeeding at night. You know, I'll do the side lying breastfeeding, but she's going right back into this pack and play. She takes her naps in this pack and play. She plays in this pack and play. So it is, I know that it can be a trek traveling with a pack and play, and I know it's counted as a checked bag, so it's extra $40 or $80. It just depends on who you're flying with, but I will pay that each time. Now, another idea is the pack and play that we have right here was only $34. So if you don't want to spend $40 on a pack and play, or if you don't want to spend $40 on your checked luggage, you can literally just buy a pack and play to wherever you're going. It'll be there. If you want to return it, return it. If you don't and bring it back with you, bring it back with you. But this is traveling wherever we go. And another option for those who don't have the access to bring a pack and play, or you're only going to be there for 2 nights or 1 night, most hotels and Airbnbs will offer a pack and play or a crib. So every hotel that we've been to so far has had the option of having a crib. If you want that option, it is definitely there. And if you sleep with your baby, then hey, you don't need any of it. Like, that's just one less thing to bring. But we are not sleeping with our baby people. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope it was super, super helpful as far as trying to travel with your baby, knowing what to bring, what not to bring. If there are things that I did not mention and other mommies want to comment on, comment in the comment section below. Other than that, I love you, but most importantly, God loves you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.